Hello there everyone, it's SWAcer back today, and I'm going to be teaching you how to build an Ewok village in the game of Minecraft. The blocks I'm using for this build are going to be listed on the left hand side. Okay, so let's get started. The main block that we're going to be using for this build is going to be the Campfire. So when I first started this build a while back, I was just kind of experimenting with a couple of blocks, and I feel like the Campfire perfectly represents what we're trying to accomplish. The Ewoks had like this makeshift treehouse terrace thing going on, and I think the logs and detail in this block perfectly represent what we're trying to go for. You'll notice that before I started to place the campfires, I had a different set of blocks placed first that I kind of like used as a base, and that's because a lot of the design depends greatly on how the blocks are oriented, specifically the campfires, so we want the logs of the campfires to be flowing outward from the trunk of the tree. And as you can see now, I'm going to be using a splash bottle of water to extinguish the campfires. You're going to repeat this process on all four sides of the tree, coming out 4 campfires long. Be sure to extinguish all the campfires, as you're working through the build. It tends to help, otherwise it gets really confusing when you just got a bunch of smoke flying up in your face. Next up, you're going to want to grab your spruce wood slabs and then kind of repeat the build that I'm doing right now in the corner space of what you've just done. As always, don't forget that you can pause the video to focus on any aspect of the build. Next up, we're going to grab the campfires again, placing them down on the spruce wood slabs that we have just laid down, and make sure that they are oriented perpendicular to the other campfires that we placed down earlier. Continue to place the campfires in this orientation on the outermost wooden slabs as well. And remember to keep extinguishing those fire pits, otherwise they're going to get really annoying. From here, the next step is to grab the campfires again, and we're going to be placing them down in the same orientation as the ones that we placed in the beginning of the video. So they should be facing outwards from the trunk. By now you should have like a box of campfires with only the corners cut off, and we're going to place our last layer of campfires on the outermost layer of this platform. Be sure to pay close attention to how I'm orienting these campfires, otherwise it might look a little bit different in the final product. Now we're going to grab our oak wood planks and stairs to help create this makeshift type of wooden support system underneath the platform. So underneath, I'm still trying to capture that makeshift type of feel because it was made by a bunch of little teddy bears, right? So not everything's going to be even or, consistent or symmetrical. So I'm, making the support beams like kind of different lengths and stuff. And remember, you don't have to like replicate exactly what I'm doing. You could probably take some creative liberties here and there. But this is just something that I thought looked really good. And after that, we're going to grab our spruce wood fence, and I have no pattern whatsoever to this. I just kind of sporadically place them. I was just trying to add a bunch of little more detail, so, just maybe think of them as like some smaller support beams as well. From here, we are just going to line the bottom with a bunch of spruce trapdoors just to kind of cover up all like the holes and stuff, and add just once again a little bit more detail. There is no explicit placement for these. You can just kind of place them mix match. They don't really have to face any certain direction. They're on the bottom, so it just adds to that makeshift feel. But we're just going to cover all the holes with these spruce trapdoors. And after that, the platform itself is pretty much done. We're just going to take our spruce fences again and just kind of line the top of the tree trunk with them, just in kind of like a random sporadic pattern. We're actually going to use these as pretty much like smaller tree branches. They're going to hold our torches. Next up, we're going to grab our spruce wood slabs again. We're going to use them to kind of create like, like a bridge system from platform to platform. Again, try and keep like that makeshift feel. You don't want it to look like just some rigid like rectangle. You kind of want to give it some movement to it. So I kind of like try and shift it from side to side sometimes. After we complete the bridge, the last thing to do is just kind of go back and add some actual lit campfires because the Ewoks like to roast something. So as you can see, I've already placed 2 of the campfires. They've already been lit, and that's about it. That is how to build an Ewok village in Minecraft. Now, obviously, you're going to want to add, a couple of more platforms, and definitely try and make them different sizes, just using the same technique that I just showed you, and then connect them with a bunch of different bridges as well, and then maybe, like, make a staircase that leads up from the bottom of the ground up to one of the platforms, and then the rest will just be connected by bridges. Something else that you could add as well would be one of the Ewok huts on top of the platforms. I did not have any space for that, but if you made a large enough platform, you could also build one of those as well. And I know you guys are probably wondering, like, how are you able to find trees, tall enough and big enough to support these platforms? You're probably not going to find one big enough. You're just going to have to make your own. I'm showing you how to do it right now. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This has been how to build an Ewok village in the game of Minecraft. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely stay tuned for more Star Wars videos on the way. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Leave a like, drop a comment. That would mean the world to me. But once again, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and may the Force be with you all. Always.